Hi guys, so today's question is shift 2D grid. So it has been solved. So let me take you to the description of the problem. Given a 2D array of size m into n and integer k, you need to shift the grid k times in one operation. You have to do the following. If it is an element grid ij, means any element which is not at the edge, that is 3, 6 and 9, and all the elements like 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. What you have to do, you have to move it to the grid I j plus 1. So okay, so you have to move this element to the next column. So 1 will come, 4, 7 will come here, and the 2, 5, 8 will come in the next column, and 3 and the last column, what will element will do, and the grid I, every row's last element will be moved to next row. Okay, so 3 will be moved here, 6 will be moved here, and 9, the last element of the grid m minus 1 and minus 1 will be moved to grid 0 0. 9 will be moved to 1. So here k is equal to 1. That's why one time this operation performed, you have to perform the operation 4 times or 9 times given according to test case. So what k value ranges from 0 to 100. This is the edge test case which you have to keep in mind, because if k is 0, you do not need to perform the operation. So this I have solved with the help of the recursion. So I have taken a two list, one list which is a list of list, and uh, and we have to return a list of integers. Okay, so let me take to the answer. So given an example of the grid, if k is 0, we have to return the same grid. So we will not call it call. I have used a recursion, so I have calling a function. So if k is greater than 0, then we need to call. Else if k is 0, then no need. Then in the list of list, we will store all these elements in the way that it appears in the grid. So what we will do, we will put a loop from the rows and columns, and make a new array list every time when the row will be read, and it will store in the list of list, and I will add this list 3, which I have defined here, in the list of integers which I have defined here. Okay, this is static because static will access the static function. Otherwise, if it is not 0, we have to perform operation n times, suppose 3 times. Then the function will be called. I will pass the grid and the k that is given in this function. Okay, and its return type will be same, the list of list, because we will return the list, and so it will be given here, and it will be returned in the main function. So I will not perform the operation on the actual grid 2D array. I will make a new array, 2D array int a, which is of the same length of grid row and column. So again, uh, I have to store the row and column of the new, but it will remain the same. If k is greater than 0, of course it will be k greater than 0, because first time, then that's why we have called this function. But the k will keep on decreasing as we do a recursive call to this function. So iterating through rows and columns, these are the three conditions which we need to perform every time when we read a row or column, and we fetch an element from the row, from the 2D array. So if it is not the column, it's not the edge elements, then we have to shift it to the next column. If it is last element and last column, that is 13th, like here, so we have to do it, we have to shift it to the 0th position, like this element 9 we have to shift here. And the last condition is, if it is j is equal to column minus 1 and I not equal to 2 minus 1. If means these elements, these edge elements, that is 3 and 6. And why I have put it I not equal to row minus 1, because the last element, for the last element, both the condition will satisfy, this one, this one and this one. That's why I have put I not equal to row minus 1, because when it reaches here 9, it will come to this if I is equal to row minus 1 and j is equal to last element in last column, and it will also satisfy this if this condition is not given. That's why to uh, in coming in both the loops, that why I've given I will should not be equal to row minus 1. So then this we have to shift these elements in the next row, that is I plus 1 and the 0th column. These elements 3 will be shifted here, 0th columns and the next row. So this, after performing this, a new array will be formed A, which again we have to pass, but again before passing, we will again store it in the list, and the list of integer is list 2, which I have defined upper. here. Okay, this we have to return. We have to return the list 2. Okay, after storing in the list of integers, we will decrease the k. If k is greater than 0, again we have to clear the list, because the last list I will return. That's why I have cleared the list. But this is an additional step, but you can ignore it and call it, because you can do it in other way also. I have done in this way also, because every time it will store, and anytime if you give this after this, then the value will be lost. So that's why I've given here. If k is greater than 0, yes. If it is k is 4, then again 3, 2, 1. In the last element, when the after doing it 4 times, it will come here, and the last thing will be stored and will not come to if, and the list will be written. Okay. So this is the question. Thank you.